Today, I will share with you a very personal story. Okay, it is my first time to share it publicly. So please bear with me, okay? As humans, we are united in our emotions. Laughing is so easy when you are with your friends. When we see someone cries, we may find our eyes filled with tears naturally. Our feelings and our thoughts, they are so electric. They are contagious, even more than this season cold. So many of us spend a huge energy running away from our feelings. Closing up whenever we see someone else getting emotional. When we are growing up, we were told, don't shout. When we are blossoming into teenagers, don't cry. When we are maturing, we are warned, don't get too emotional. And as adults, we prefer to have no hard feelings. I am here today to speak to you about how much strength it takes to feel your feelings. And beyond that, how you can use your feelings as agents for change. Changing our relationships, our policies, our politics, our world, and our countries. I have learned to feel my feelings after life gave me challenge after challenge. The grief I have faced in my life strengthened me the most. I have sought many of my own professional challenges. I have held many positions, and I have held many titles and served in many positions. I have been the manager of a big hospital. I am a newspaper columnist, a life coach, and I am a politician. Your career is the arena in which you assert control. Make decisions, take charge, get educated. Your personal life, however, is a whole other situation. My personal life is characterized as incredibly difficult, deep, and beautiful emotions. I lost my parents within a few years of one another at relatively young age. I am a mother to 3 children, 2 sons and a boy. My family was in and out of hospitals, not only for my parents' treatment, for my son as well. My son Fahad was diagnosed with a brain tumor in the year 2004 when he was only 1.5 years old, and he developed further complications with his vision. This boy will never see again, I was told by the doctors, after he suffered brain hemorrhage due to a brain surgery. I found myself at an emotional crossroads, caught between helplessness and determination. As a mother, it can be very tempting to disconnect when you feel such intense empathy with your son and with your children. You can no longer differentiate between yourself and them. You cannot tell their hardships from your own. Empathy is not only an incredible skill, it's a superpower. I decided to feel my son's feeling. I tapped into my strengths so that he would have the opportunity to empathize with me, to feel my strength, to embody it for himself. I held my son so close to me, and despite of everyone around me believing that I was in denial, I repeated, he will see again. I find parallels between my personal life and public one. Until the year 2005, women in Kuwait did not have the right to vote. I grew up exposed to the idea I am less than as a woman, less intelligent, less capable of taking sound decisions, less adept at leading others. This is what I was told, but it wasn't what I believed. Like being told Fahad would never see again, I was told by the society that myself and the other girls could never have the same ambitions that the boys were entitled to. And I didn't believe them either. We will get the vote. They said again and again. They have repeated those words endlessly, and they state them louder and louder until they were heard. In the year 2005, the women of Kuwait were granted the right to vote. 4 months after doctors told me Fahad will never see again, he opened his eyes and he was able to see me again. I believed in the power of belief. It's a concept that I am invested in. Fahad made me truly live it. I embodied belief thanks to him. Fahad mentored me wordlessly through his energy, soul, and resilience. The doctors wanted to put Fahad on a treatment plan that others had followed. Why not? They do have their statistics, figures, facts, studies. They had them all. But I didn't believe and I didn't feel that they could see Fahad, see him as a soul, not as another medical case. So I had two options. I could be part of the system, or I could forge a new way. Playing into a system that wasn't working fully did not make sense to me. I was told about infections, serious infections in hospitals that could lead to complications and even death. So I wondered, how could the place that is supposed to heal you be the place that makes you ill? I knew I couldn't be part of the system if I didn't believe in it fully. The medical system wasn't the only system I was growing disillusioned with. After women got the right to vote, the question came up, who would be the woman representing us in the parliament? Only 5 women have sat in the parliament in the last 14 years. We have only 1 female representative currently. She is 1 out of 50, representing 2% of the parliament members, not yet standing for over 50% of the female population. On top of gender inequality, our country suffers from deep corruption issues. I am not alone in feeling helpless and disempowered when I face these realities. I know deep in my core that I want to serve my country and my people, to have an impact on the future our children would live, and to empower people to recognize that change is within their hands. I want to be one of those women in the parliament, creating policies, implementing laws, and integrating the voices and needs of our society. I ran for parliament in the year 2016 to face the problems in our system, to break through the facade of equal representation in parliament. I didn't win the election. I want so much more, a new sense of perspective and even deeper conviction. I created a platform to enact change, and it created a pathway to awaken and gradually empower my people. For 14 years as a mother, I was on my journey with my son, Fahad. Fahad awakened the courage in me. I'm running again in 2020 to revive the aspiration of my fellow citizens. Thank you. Because I do believe in reform, I do believe in righteousness, and I do believe that we deserve them as Kuwaitis. In March of 2017, Fahad went from an angel on earth to an angel in heaven. Making sure that I have learned through both joy and sadness, strength and grief, that change stems from the courage to make a choice. His gift to me is the belief that we are capable of shedding our submissive attitude toward the system. This is a story, a very short story, about empowerment through loss and grief. Myself and Fahad transformed hopelessness into passion and belief in change. I am here to tell you that change is possible through perseverance and faith. That change is fact. Thank you very much.